Shamar.
What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is Marty 4 here once again. Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Marty 4 here once again, and this is the second video that I'm recording for today, for also another show that I haven't reviewed in forever. And that's The Walking Dead. And really, it's like I've just enjoyed watching The Walking Dead so much without, watching to review. Because if you're a YouTube blogger, you know it's different when you watch a show just to watch and enjoy it and to watch it to review it. You watch it differently, and it's just like I just enjoy it more when I'm not worried about reviewing it. But at the same time, I kind of miss talking about it with people, so that's why we're here today. This episode really didn't have a lot going on. It's pretty much like these past few episodes have been like a setup almost. And it's a shame because I already know, I feel it in my soul that these few episodes, because really the finale is like right around the corner. Like, there may be like 2 to 3 at top, 2 to 3, probably 3 at the most left of the season. And I feel like they're just going to all be setups for the next season. They're going to set their placement up in this new Alexandria place, and they're going to get their bearings, and is going to be either they're going to try to take it over, or some shit's going to happen where the walls fall, somebody gets kidnapped, something is going to happen right at the end, and that's going to be the setup for season 6. So, but anyways, the episode starts off with Sasha. I'm unsure as to completely what it is that Sasha's going through as far as her behavior. And she woke up in the middle of the night looking at all the different family photos around that were in the home that she lives in. And the next morning she takes them out to the woods. She has like a gun or a rifle of some sort with a silencer on it. And it's like every time she shot, she was looking around. It was almost like she was looking around to see, like, are there any walkers coming? Do they hear me right now? Or whatever. And then she just, like, started shooting over and over and over again and was looking around like, come and get me. And I'm just like, are you trying to attract walkers? Like, are you paranoid? I wasn't completely sure what it was that homegirl was going through. But I was just like, oh, okay. What's the girl name? Deanna, the lady who's the mother hen of this Alexandria place. She comes in and starts talking about jobs, and Rick is saying, well, you need somebody to have like a consistent watch around this here fence that you call. And she's going on saying that she doesn't feel like it's necessary to watch the fence 24/7. And I'm just like, bitch, why? What harm would it do to have somebody, people taking shifts, walking around the perimeters of the fence, and having somebody constantly on watch on what's going on right outside the walls? Like, are y'all having that much confidence in this shit that y'all just feel like, oh, it's just fail safe, bitch? No. Believe Rick and his group, because they have gone through many locations where they thought they were safe and shit got overrun. The farm, overrun by zombies. The prison, overrun by the governor and zombies. So there's just no place that's like, come on, that you just feel like, oh, we're just so fail-proof, and it's just no, bitch. And Sasha wanted to be, the one to be a lookout, but for some reason, I don't know if it's because what's the bitch name? Diana. I'm gonna try to remember that. Diana doesn't want her to, because she says that she has somebody else that she wants to go on duty first. I don't know if that's a sign that she doesn't trust him, or I don't know I'm not sure what that's about. But Sasha just seems really trigger happy and just violent this episode in particular. I'm not sure why, but we're gonna find out later, I guess. So Daryl is out, hunting usually for who knows what, just for whatever, because that's what Daryl likes to do. And he finds, what's his name? God, Aaron, one of the one of the guys that he ran into, one of the gays, one of the girls, and he was out there and he was like, so you're able to tell a walker and a human just from how they sound? And he was like, well, can you tell a good person from a bad person? And, you know, Daryl doesn't really answer many questions with words. He just kind of gives that stare or a nod or something. And so they end up hunting together, and he brings them to this horse. And they were trying to catch the horse. The horse's name was Buttons, and he wanted to take it back to, you know, Alexandria and whatnot. And as they try to catch the horse, you know, some zombies start coming. And so they knock down all the zombies, and they go after the horse again. And they corner the horse again, but then more zombies end up coming up, and they end up eating the damn horse before they can get to it. And they kill all the zombies, and the horse is just kind of looking there, still alive, barely, and he just has to shoot it in the head. I'm just like, oh. This is just like how season 1, when all the zombies was on that horse while Rick was in that tank. Y'all remember? And it's just like horrible. This is a horrible scene to see. Just something getting just ravaged a lot while it's still alive, so it can feel all of that. And I'm just like, I was crying. I was like, no, Buttons. I'm so sad. It looked like a cute little black horse too, but Buttons is with the Lord now. So Carol, Daryl, and Rick have this idea that, you know, they know where their little weapon stash is, and so they get the idea, okay, well, you know, they let me in there often, and, you know, they don't really consider me a threat. You know, I'm frail, I'm a woman. This is Carol talking, you know, so I can kind of go in and see, you know, what's going on. And it's like, well, what if we just so happen to leave the latch open while you're in there, and then come in and, you know, get what weapons we need, because they have so many, like, they're not going to miss those. So she goes in, goes into the weapon place, talks to the lady, because I think the same place that they keep the weapons is like around the same place where they keep like ingredients to help her make cookies, because she's like the cookie lady. And so that's how she got in there. And while she was in there, she left the little latch open so that, you know, later on that night when they're having this party or whatever, like Deanna wanted to have everybody in the town, community, I guess, to come to this party and socialize and all this other shit. And while they're at this party, Carol and Rick have this agreement. It was like, okay, well, since everybody kind of focusing more on you and Daryl right now, they're not really paying too much attention to me. I'm going to go sneak off and look at these guns. And so now Carol's gone. We're going to get back to Carol, because Carol gave an interesting monologue that, yes. So let's see, whose husband is that? Oh, Rick talks to Deanna's husband about the wall and how he admires it, and the husband talks about how I admire you for the things that you've done and blah blah blah. So we kind of got to meet the husband, see what he's like. He seems okay, but at the same time, you know, anybody in the Walking Dead that's a new character, I'm always looking at them with a side eye, because you just never know. Excuse me. Let's see. Rick and his new supposed love interest has a husband who was like in the shadows the last time we saw him. And so that already just alluded and was a foreshadowing to what kind of character he was going to be. Like, and when he met him, like, you could tell by their body language how when they were talking, I can't remember what it was that he said, but he was like, you know, I'm going to go get some punch. And she was like, oh, no, I'll get it. And he was like, no, I'm going to go get this punch. And you know, it was just like a unnecessary need to be assertive. And it just gave me the feeling like he's abusive to her. Like, the reason why she finds comfort in Rick is because, you know, Rick is more gentle, except for when he punched the guy in the face a couple episodes back. But Rick just seems more gentle, and so it's like her husband is he probably knows. He's probably aware that she might feel some sort of a way, because when he was in the shadows and shit last time, he was like, you know, you the guy that my wife, you're the guy who my wife cut your hair. That's still wrong. What? Why can't I construct sentences? Are you the guy whose hair my wife cut? There it is. Had to get it right. But yeah, so he already knows that he probably doesn't trust Rick and all that whatnot already. So, and he ended up kissing her on the cheek and shit. And I'm just like, ooh, well, conflict. I see this. I see where this is going. Okay. So meanwhile, in between time, you got Carol, okay, back at the little weapons arsenal place. She's looking through stuff. She even got herself a bit more chocolate for some cookies. So she's looking through, she's scavenging, she's picking up, she's got a little bag, she's putting a gun here, got a breach over there, got a gun here. And the little kid, who was Rick's love interest's son, followed Carol because he was told that, you know, Carol's the cookie lady, and Rick was saying that, you know, she might just make a special batch of cookies for you. So he saw Carol leave out and followed her to this little weapon place. And I thought that Carol was going to take the route of, you know, please don't tell, just please don't tell, you know, or she was going to make up like an excuse as to why she was taking these weapons. That's not at all what Carol did, okay? Carol said, you know, whatever it is. At first she was like, you know, you just can't tell anybody what you saw here or that I was here, especially your mom. And the kid was like, well, I have to tell my mom, you know, I tell my mom everything. Carol walked up to that kid. Woo! Carol walked up to that kid and was like, no, you can't tell your mom. Because you know what happens if you tell your mom? You're going to wake up one day and you're going to be outside those walls and you're going to be tied to a tree where no one can hear you scream. Well, something will hear you scream, but it'll be the monsters, it'll be the walkers, and they're going to come and they're going to get you and nobody's going to even know what happened to you. And they're going to eat you while you're still alive enough to feel every single bite. Now, you can do that, or you can keep your mouth shut and I'll give you cookies. I would take the latter. When she finished with that whole shit, I was just like, and that little kid shit his pants, as I would have, because she just came up, the look in her eyes, I would have, you could tell that was not even a joke. Like, Carol would do that. We've seen renegade bitch Carol, and she ain't playing no more. When she says she gonna do something, she do it. Like, when she burnt those people who were sick, she didn't give a fuck. When she took down Terminus practically single-handedly, and she pointed the gun at that lady and was like, where are my friends? And, you know, the girl thought she was just playing and was just trying to intimidate her. She shot her in the damn leg and was like, where the fuck are my friends? Carol mean business. So the way that she was looking, it was just like, I'm just like, oh my God. So I think it's safe to say that little Timmy is going to keep his mouth shut. And the last thing that we see is Deanna tries to take Sasha and bring her towards like the group where people are talking and socializing and whatnot. And for some reason, I guess being around all those people, she was getting like flashbacks of being in the chapel, like before the Terminus people came, and she was thinking about Bob. She was thinking about, you know, Tyrese, and it was just all this other stuff. And then a young lady came and asked her, like, you know, well, hey, what's your favorite food? And she was like, I don't know, or something she said. She was like, well, you know, I'm just worried that I was going to get the wrong thing. And for some reason, that kind of ticked her off. She was like, that's what you're worried about? And everybody else looked at her like, bitch, what the fuck? Calm down. I just asked you about your favorite food. Don't do it, bitch. You know? And everybody was just kind of confused. And Deanna went and met her outside like, I don't know what it is that happened. And Sasha was trying to be like, this place, it's not real. And Deanna was like, look, I may not know what you're going through, but what all of you you're talking about is bullshit. And she let her out the gate, and that's pretty much how the episode ended. And yeah. I don't know what Sasha's whole deal is. I maybe have to watch The Talking Dead, because I still didn't watch The Talking Dead. They usually sort of answer some kind of my questions about the episode. But let me know what you guys think about the episode. It was interesting, to say the least. Yeah, I'm definitely sorry to see, I'm always sorry to see The Walking Dead go, and I know it's not even going to be back for like 5 months, and it's just, I hate it. But this is a good season. All the shows are starting to go off, like How to Get Away with Murder is leaving. Well, it's already gone. The finale was like 2 weeks ago. Scandal's finale, I think, is this week or next week, if not this week. American Horror Story won't be back until October, which is going to be featuring Lady Gaga, which means I'm going to get my life. And it's like, there's no shows, with the exception of RuPaul's Drag Race. RuPaul's Drag Race is the only show that just started. So it's going to be going on throughout the summer. And I guess Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is going to be coming back in May-ish. I just don't know what to think about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta at this point, or what it's going to give me, what new level of ratchetivity it's going to give me. But I'm still going to watch, and more than likely review anyway. But yeah, I don't want to veer too much off topic. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this Walking Dead video review. Make sure you like, comment, and share with anybody else who you know enjoys The Walking Dead. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.